everything from the 10s, but love your neighbor as yourself is rated as a 10 when it comes to you and how you want your surroundings to treat you. You're judging your behavior as friendly, calling it, just taking care of people. But when it comes to you, you confront people who are taking care of you, claiming that only God can judge you. Your Bible, that a cast-down version, not reliable, as powerful as a kitchen book, your lifestyle is adding to the gospel. You living a sin, hitting through a real belief, smiling at you, opening the doors of your preheated oven. Yes, hell is ready for you. When words are many, sin is not absent, but he who holds his tongue is wise. People, you must know there is a gap of motives between caring and knowing. How can you make the body function correctly if the manual told you to speak life, but yet stuff an arm or leg you're using your tools to create strife? Maybe your talent of speaking took over on your talent of reading. You're overwhelmed by your word finding with its words. You pass the spirit realm. You're now gossiping in tongues. Out of order, you haven't been gifted of interpretation. Now your words are worthless like a degree without education. Saints, hope is not lost. But remember, holy is not on your ID, so can we call your identity if you trade wisdom for folly? Because God's job is put you never be to operate in personality disorder. You depend on God like a drug addict with his nurse to have an extra shot of what's never going to hurt, but never going to heal. You just want the effects to leave you to appear clean like a plate of food after a fast of one day or two. You got a membership at the altar. Oh, we know them. You got a membership at the altar going every Sunday for the same issues, crying out and spitting out everything you got. It seems like you load everything back in as soon as we hand you some tissue. You got a prize for your role in deliverance, famous for your soprano tears. Your knowledge is in your competence, but only feeding your ignorance. Crying a river, water from your eyes into holy. Holy water is only used and expressed for a godly purpose, not to impress them, him or me. You didn't understand that to be delivered. You need to confess your sin, not the ones of your brothers and sisters that get in their skin. By caring if the grass is greener on the other side, you're never going to see fall in your garden. So keep your eyes on your own side and your ears on some hissing thing, because while you're busy, you might not see if one of your fruit is missing. You tell God you love him, but how can you love someone you can't see and hate everything godly around you? Not even him on the listen to your fruit side of things his love talks about, swore about, preached about, but never learned by you. Church, do not forget that each and every one of the words coming out of our mouth will be reminded, exhibited, and projected on a big screen. The screen of life. Your 24 hours of shamefulness that you were hiding from your friends because you thought that by living righteous in front of the crowd was enough to give you a standing ovation at the end of that movie that you ain't too proud about. God is standing. Your child life story broadcasting as you bow at the front of what you call the beginning of the end. In reality, eternity in hell is just the beginning of your chance that now just ends. So watch your mouth better than how you watch your kids. Because some of you don't have full custody, and it's easy to blame the other one for the mess up that you couldn't see. But no options with your mouth. Sweet and sour is not a taste that was created together. So whatever you feel like eating, remember that the way you feel shouldn't be the trigger of what was born together. Cuss words, gossip, slander, and even more come from the same tool. So if you don't plan on building your house on God's wrath, make sure the manual of construction is a fine art piece of heaven path. Because how can you smile at people at church, blessing them with encouraging scriptures and laughing behind their back on the parking lot, cursing them with godly scriptures to entertain your worthy life? Yes, knowing the word out of context will never get you a spot for the rapture. So let's clean our mouth and let's clean our hearts. Let's support and help each other. Because gossip is not of love and it won't help you know your victim to ever see God ever. Do I need to go further? No.